Hi, everybody. This is another quick video just to show you one of the things we can do with Google Sheets that'll be helpful in our class and on your homework. So what you should be seeing here is my Google Sheets screen where I've got the data that I used in class for an example this morning. In column B, we've got the Trump vote share from the 2020 election. And in column C, we've got the percentage of folks in that state who are fully vaccinated as of, I guess, Friday or something like that, okay? So what we'd like to do is produce a scatter plot where I've got the Trump vote share on the x-axis and the vaccination rate on the y-axis. We're thinking here of the Trump vote share as the explanatory variable and the vaccinated rate as the response variable. As we discussed in class, that does not imply that we're saying one of these things causes the other. That's just how we're thinking about them in the context of the research question we're asking. So how do I make a nice, quick scatter plot that I can attach to my homework and stuff like that? Well, same as we did for the histogram, let's highlight our data within the chart. And then if you go up to the insert choice here, and then find your way down to chart, Google will do a pretty good job, almost always, of guessing what type of chart works well with that data. So it just pops up this nice scatter plot for us. Now, if you have any trouble with that, it should also pop up over on the right-hand side here, this chart editor. And there are other types of charts available to you, but we've already got the scatter chart, the scatter plot, which is what we want. All right, so there's one last thing that we might want to do, and that's to make some adjustments to this scatter plot if it didn't come out quite right. Here we could change the data range that we're looking at if we had highlighted the wrong shares, the wrong cells. We could change our labels for the x-axis and the y-axis if we wanted to. But the main thing I want to show you is how to get that least squares trend line, the regression line that we talked about in class, as well as the r-squared value. For that, come over to the Customize choice under Google Sheets, and then go to Series. And then under that little menu, you should find something about a trend line down towards the bottom. So let's click Trend Line. This Google Sheets is already set up to tell us about a linear trend line. If I want to make it a little easier to see, maybe I can make it red if I want. And maybe let's make it a little bit thicker. There we go, like so. And then, oops, trend line, there we go. And then we can do two things that will help us see the equations for that. So if I click this little box here, it will show the r-squared value. See, r-squared of 0.613 is now showing up in our chart. And the other thing we can do is under these choices for label, I can ask it to use the equation. So now it tells us that that equation for the trend line is minus 0.534 times x plus 78.7, like so. So the data that we might need to do a homework problem or continue with our analysis is right there for us. Okay, so all of this is doable in other programs like Microsoft Excel or maybe some other spreadsheet program that you might like, and you'll be able to easily find instructions for how to do that online somewhere if you need them. All right, I'll see you guys in class.